Hey, what is up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my Halloween movie review series number 26. I think this is 26. I'm just going to check because I don't really know because I want to make sure I have it right because the last time I did this, I got it wrong last time. I said the wrong number, so I just want to make sure I have it right. Yeah, number 26. Um, and in this video, I know I have a lot of these to catch up with. I'm have luckily though for these two movies, so it's this one and then the next one. I've already seen them both, so I can just go right away and make the video. But the next three, actually, yeah, then the next two, all I have to do is watch them, and then and then obviously I got the last one on Halloween Day. I want to get that one up at least on Halloween Day. Um, But in this one, I'm going to be covering Pandorum. This movie came out. I know I'm kind of going. This movie came out in the United States on September 25th, 2009, and in the United Kingdom, it came out on October 2nd, 2009. This movie actually has a strange story. There really isn't much of a story when it comes to this movie. The movie was written by Travis Milroy, Travis Malloy, in the late 1990s. And originally, it was supposed to have a different story. It wasn't actually supposed to have this story, but I mean, it kind of had this story, but it was supposed to be different. But obviously, things changed since then. And originally, it wasn't going to get released into theaters. No studio was going to make this film, so they were going to make it a low-budget film shot on video in an abandoned paper mill with unknown actors. However, filmmaker Paul W. S. Anderson and Jeremy Bolt, gave it to Impact Pictures, and they immediately ran with the film, and it was directed by Christian Albert. Who's made movies like this with his movie titled Nowhere. And then the movie was announced. The movie finally was announced to come out with lead actresses and with the cast and everything um, in May of 2008. And the movie was financed by Constant Film uh, through a joint venture deal with subsidiary Impact Pictures. Um, the partnership helped fund the $40 million production, um, and it's about all I can really say about the story going into this movie. The movie was also produced by Robert Coulter, um, and the music is done by Mitchell British, and the cinematography was done by Diego von Salchenzendorf. I have no clue to say that name. It was edited by Philip Stachel and Jan Vadles. I have no clue to say those names. It was distributed by Overture Films, takes place in the United States, Germany and Austria countries. Constant Films, Icon Productions, which is located in the UK and Australia, and Metro Goldwyn Mayer Pictures, which is in the international sales, and M6 Finance. And the movie had a $33 million budget. Um, and that's the pretty much all the background story. The movie itself, I thought was decent. Was kind of strange about it was, so pretty much what happened was, I'm just going to read exactly what it says on Wikipedia. In 2174, the human population has exceeded the carrying capacity of Earth, leading humanity to build a huge intellectual oak named Islam, which carries 60,000 people on a 123-year-old trip to colonize an Earth-like planet named Tanis. And all the passengers pretty much are in hypersleep, and they all get to each of them all take turns waking up, and we see this scene happen to one of them, Lieutenant Peyton, um, and he wakes up, and when he wakes up, he doesn't have much memory who he is, because when you wake up, you normally have a little bit of amnesia, and yeah, he has no clue where he is, and then he goes and wakes up. One of his lieutenant wakes up, Corporal Bauer, and they want to try to navigate their way out of here because pretty much the ship is about to be destroyed. But that if they can get into a reactor, then then they can possibly save the ship. So Peyton crawls his way through like an air duct that's loaded with stuff. He gets stuck in it a couple of times, but he's able to finally get out. And then, throughout this film, we see flashbacks of a girl he once knew. Then we find out that was his wife. She ended up leaving him because he was going to go on this mission. And we find out what Pandorum actually was it was a sickness that caused people to do crazy things. A captain ended up just launching 6,000 people right out of an airship, sending them to their deaths. So that's where the name. So the title actually ended up fitting in pretty well with Pandorum, and they have these humans that have morphed into aliens after just a while, and they just pretty much eat any human they find. One of them that wakes up later on in this film, his name is Shepard, who is played by Norman Reedus, who, if you have ever seen The Walking Dead, he's Daryl from The Walking Dead, so it was kind of cool to see him in this film. And this, obviously this was before The Walking Dead became a thing. And it was kind of weird for me to see Daryl kind of act like kind of a coward, because in The Walking Dead, he's like such a badass. It's kind of weird to see him go from that to being this. So the aliens chase after him. They eat Shepard. I almost called him Dale because I'm so used to calling him Dale. And throughout the film, somebody comes out and save him. Mon and Nada. And they pretty much all agree to team up to go take down this reactor, and Mount and Nada doesn't really at first want to team up with them. They don't really know how long they've been awake either. Then they run into this old guy, Leland, who was a good cook, and they feed him. He drugs their food, and he's going to eat them to help survive. But he convinces them to keep him alive by saying that he's going to fix the reactor. So they make their way through. They actually have to run away from all these aliens, and Lieutenant Peyton got concerned about his wife, wondering if she was alive or not. But then when she sees that everyone's dead, he realizes that she's not alive. And then throughout the film, Corporate Bauer meets Corporate Gallo, and Corporate Gallo is someone that's been affected by this illness as well, and he keeps telling Corporate Bauer that they should just call off the mission because Lieutenant Peyton isn't going to be able to save the reactor, so he just wants to launch himself off into space. So he forces Corporate Bauer to do so. He threatens to screw his head in with the power tool, with the power drill, but Instead, Corporal Bauer just traps him right into the launching pad, and eventually Lieutenant Peyton's able to um, successfully fix the reactor, and he actually ended up disguising himself as one of the cannibal aliens, and he runs away. Then um, Corporal Bauer ends up attacking. No, sorry, Corporal Gallo ends up attacking Corporal Bauer, and he morphs himself into Corporal Bauer, revealing that he actually had killed Corporal Bauer. He was accidentally killed, and he becomes overtaken by the sickness, and he tries to get Lieutenant Peyton to get overtaken by the sickness, but he refuses. He kills Bauer, and him and Nydia launch themselves up into I forget what they call it, but like the space unit where you just launch yourself right out. Like the mini rocket ship, and everybody gets out and the movie ends. Overall, I thought the film was a decent film. I didn't think it was like fantastic or anything, but I thought it was decent. But yeah, I thought the film was decent. And yeah, overall, I thought the film was decent. The film actually didn't really do as well in box office numbers because the film. Now, this would be a good film if the budget had been lower, because I've talked about like there's films where they have low budget that it's okay, but since the film was a $33 million budget movie, the film only drew in 20,645,325 dollars in box office draws. And I read the reason that it wasn't was because the only people that really knew about this film were people that had seen it in a Netflix um, advertisement, or people that liked their Facebook page. So not a lot of people really knew about this film going in. So that's why. So the film really didn't do a good job. Didn't really do a good job when it came to advertising, which isn't a good thing. Overall, I still thought the film was decent. I can't really think of anything like exactly wrong with it, but I didn't think it was a great film either. I think the film could have been better, but that's just me. And I forgot to mention this, but Mike Sell requested that I do this review, and I'm doing it. And now that I've done that, let me go over the cast of the film. Dennis Quaid played Lieutenant Peyton and older Corporal Gallo. Ben Foster played Corporal Bauer. I've seen Ben Foster. He's been in a ton of stuff that I have known. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Cam Gannett played younger Corporal Bauer. Antage True played Nadia. Kun Lee played Mon. Eddie Rose played Leland. Andrea Hennick played Hunter Leader. Norman Reedus played Shepard. I already mentioned that. Wotan Wilk Morwin played Jan Bauer's father. And Niels Bruno Singeman played Insane Officer Eden. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back to do a lot more of these today, so I'm not going to do any plugs. That's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.